Hey guys, welcome to Coaching with Chris. I am pretty excited about today. Not only did you guys realize that it's 19 days before daylight savings time, 19 days. Number two, loving the market right now, loving the market, loving the opportunity, loving the leads, loving the locks, like a lot to love right now. And it's still February. News about the market, like we're going to have the most, probably one of the great years in real estate sales. So I'm excited about that. And now I've got a really cool guest, has done some cool things. I love when the youth win. I love it. I love it. I love it because I watched a company that gave up market share because they never invested in the youth or hired correctly. And that's why I'm pretty excited about this next guest. But before we get to the next guest, two things. Number one, and please do me a favor. Invite people to Coaching with Chris, whether your jam is to listen to it on Apple or Spotify or watch it video or watch it at night, whatever. Just please do me a favor. Could you share it to two people for me? That would mean the world to me. And you know what? Maybe I need to do a contest, give away some cool swag. I got to figure that out, and I'll get better at that. I promise by the next one. And two is I have playbooks. If you didn't know about it, I have a playbooks March, April, and May. I invite you in. We totally lift the hood. You get to see everything that we're doing. We talk about coaching. I always bring special guests. Always bring special guests from around the country. And then that night, you come over to my house. We're going to have an amazing meal. We're going to break bread. We're going to talk about the mortgage industry. We're going to come up with some goals. And then you're going to go back filled cup full of some great energy, great tactics, and some stuff that you can go back and bring into your business that hopefully gives you the best year of your life. So with that said, got a playbooks coming up in March, April, May. We got, please invite me to two people that could check in Coaching with Chris. And with that said, this kid's killing it in Dallas. He is ahead of me in technology. He's doing some really cool things. He works for a really, really good company, and it's kind of exciting to see it. He's helping out now. I know he's going to be involved in some realtor playbooks that they're putting on in some markets with Tom. And without further delay, like me delaying this anymore, you want to hear from him, not me. Hunter, are you there?
Good morning. How are you?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
He's coming. Got a little delay here.
That's okay. Let me know when I'm here.
Hey, guys, help me out. We're not getting Hunter in. We're waiting on Hunter to come in. Is this him? Oh, there you are. Hunter.
Are we in now?
We lost you.
That's okay. I could see you. You just couldn't see me.
Okay, great. Hunter, good. How old are you?
I'll be 29 here in a couple months.
Okay, so you're still in the 20s. By the way, when I turned 30, it was the worst ever. And so hopefully that doesn't happen to you. When I turned 40 or 50, that didn't bother me a bit. When I turned 30, I was like, oh my God, I'm an adult now. But anyways, you're 29, so you're going to be 29, so you're safe. How many years you been in the mortgage business?
It'll be 10 years this August.
What, you started at 19?
I did, 18? Actually. I was a baby, and look where we are now. Can't believe it.
Hello. How did you start so young, and what did you do, and what got you into it? Was it a family member, a friend? Like, how did you start in this mortgage business?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I got done playing baseball in college after my freshman year and had some injuries, and scholarships and things changed. And so I wanted to finish my college degree and get all of that finished up, but I needed to figure out a way to pay for it. And so a friend of mine, her dad was actually best friends with the CEO, Jay Bray, of Mr. Cooper. And so I was able to get connected there and started actually in the post-closing. I ran our, so I was head of our change of compliance. So I did all of our legal changes. So ensured all of originations was updated to Fannie, Freddie, and state law changes. And so started that. We had a huge audit, which was crazy, about VA IRRRLs. And I didn't even know what a VA IRRRL was. I just knew we needed to figure out what was going on. And so they progressed after a couple of years. They actually moved me to become a loan officer before COVID. started there and then left and quickly came to the wholesale chain. I'll be 5 years also this August. So yeah, really exciting. I've gotten to see a lot of different things, a lot of different angles, especially from the post-closing angle. Not a lot of originators have seen the post-closing and the compliance side. I have. So it gives me a little bit of a unique perspective.
I always tell everybody asks me, what's the best way? How do you start on the mortgage business? I'm like, post-closing.
You learn a lot.
It's where Shelby went. It is the best. You learn terminologies. You're learning like who's Earl,
Right.
Who's Earl?
What does this mean? Yes, absolutely. It is a truth. I actually had I had like an 80-page binder. It was just all the acronyms. Like I was just trying to learn like what did PMI mean? What did this mean? And so when we were talking about it in very high level meetings, I'm sitting there with my binder scrolling through. I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I understand the terminology.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, so after a year or two, I got it pretty quick, but I still needed to understand. So
you need to go find that. You could friggin' sell that today.
I could make a lot of money. It's funny, the intern program that Mr. Cooper ran, I ended up giving it to them, and it helped all of their interns throughout the years. I think they still use.
It's your fault. It's your fault they got so big.
Maybe. I hope not. So now I'm competing against them. So yes, here we are today. But yes, sir.
So you started off obviously in retail, worked your way through that, and then switched to the wholesale side. Which so curious, why'd you switch?
It's a really good question. Well, one is, we were so fed with the absolute nonsense on the retail side. You don't have control over underwriting. Your rates are higher. You're hiding fees. Like we were just fed it. And what actually correlated both, and this is actually a unique story, when we were in the post-closing side, I was actually a part of the PACU Pacific Union Financial acquisition. And so I was. Okay. So,
all right.
So when I saw those, we brought the whole wholesale chain over. Well, I started understanding brokers sending deals through Mr. Cooper. And then I was looking at Mr. Cooper's loan officers closing disclosures because we were going through compliance at the time with VA Earl information. And so I actually started seeing the brokers having much lower interest rates and fees than what Mr. Cooper loan officers were selling. And it didn't correlate.
So you're comparing from a backside, basically naked as a jaybird.
Yes.
And you were looking at this and you're going, wait, why is this less?
Yes. And it wasn't a small margin. I'll just say that. It was not a small margin. And they were closing them fast. The wholesale side was closing with the same underwriting staff, was closing it 5 times faster than what we were on the retail side. Their average was 101 days for a VA Earl during COVID. The wholesale side was 19. So it just went to show right there where they were really invested and where, things really changed my outlook. So when I moved to the retail side, it didn't really correlate with me because I was still learning and I wanted to take in as much knowledge as I could. But then when I was seeing what I was selling and I was closing 115, 120 loans a month, I was going, this is not the best thing for the consumer. And I wasn't able to sleep at night. A lot of nights. My wife, Shelby, she saw me. She was like, this is not healthy. And that's why I wanted to start seeing other things and reached out to Edge. Actually, Edge reached out to me and I started listening.
So you started in Edge in what year?
2021. Right
in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
Wow, you made a change. You were one of the few that made the change right then in the crazy time.
It was. First off, I could see. I was trying to project. Now, obviously, you can't project the future, but I was trying to see what was coming, and I could start to see the refi slow down. Right, I was just a call center LO, at Cooper, and so
there's a lot to learn from call center LO to street LO. We could spend an hour talking about that.
Easily. And I get shook me up. Like, no joke, Shelby, my wife, and I know your daughter, Shelby, so we get both correlated. Sure. But Shelby, she's really the one who pushed me into the wholesale side. I was like, this is something I really want to do. And we talked about it. But I was like, it's terrifying because I went from closing 100+ loans a month to trying to close one. It's humbling. let me tell you, it is humbling. And so my career really shifted, and that's where I wanted to take a different approach.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot sometimes there are speakers that talk about closing 100 loans a month, and then you're like, man, I don't think you were working the street. You were a call center.
No,
And this is totally different than
yes,
working the street versus the call center where, you know what I mean? You're picking up the phone. And now you got to convert, which there's talent. You got to convert. You got to learn what to say. And you did, because here's what I love about your path, Hunter, is you got, and it's not a bad path. Actually, it could be the path, is post-closing, call center LO,
mm-hmm.
tons of up-to-bats,
Yes,
tons of loan scenarios,
yeah,
tons of opportunities, good deals. I'm sure you blew up some just like I did, and I'm sure you
definitely.
won some just like that. But
Yep.
but then now you had to get to, okay, I self-generate everything now,
Mm-hmm.
which is another world. And you've had all these up to bats. You've gotten a lot of scripting down.
Correct.
What happened?
So the first 5 months was very painful, to say the least. It was very painful. Gratefully, we actually had a lot of family members who were either purchasing or needing to refi, and so that helped a lot. Where I could help them, and it could help us. And Shelby and I were getting in the middle of getting married, actually. So
Oh my gosh! Just to add to it,
just add fuel to the fire, right? Like, this is complete and total risk. Don't recommend it at all. Surprised we got to the wedding day some points, but we did it. And so, and now Shelby's with me as a loan officer. We'll talk about that later, but
oh my gosh, this is a team.
It is a whole team. And so the first 3 to 6 months were really painful. And then I was like, what is the number one thing that I need to do from my perspective? And it was social media. I was like, I can figure out social media. Mm-hmm. And I did. Didn't have a marketing background or anything like that. Just figured that out. And I started branding. And when I started, so the thing I tell everybody was, our brand is HB Mortgage Team. And even though I wasn't a team, it was just me, I acted like it, because people felt like they were feeling loved from all angles. And that's what I wanted them to hear. So when I started acting like a team, people started trusting that more. And then we built a massive team over the last couple of years. And so that's where it's just the business. I always say, keep your eyes on your goals, but also have proper expectations. And that was the same thing. Was I wanted a team. I just had to figure out how to get there. And I needed leads to do that. I needed closings to prove it. So that's what really changed.
So 2025, recap me 2025. What was the results?
So 2025 was a very unique year. So we were at a very small broker. So we left Edge for about 6 months. And Tom and I have a very good relationship. So we left Edge.
He's amazing. Isn't he amazing?
He's one of my best friends. I love him to death. And so we left Edge for about 6 months, and there were some growing things on both sides. And for me, I really wanted to grow in different angles and hear different perspectives. And so we went to a smaller brokerage who was very tech forward. They ended up shutting their doors. And so we needed to shift some focus and came back to Edge. And honestly, is the best decision that we really made. So really everything got back implemented in March. Our team, so I say our team, our group of loan officers, closed a little over 340 deals last year. So really proud of that as in total. And this year we're projecting to do 450 or 500. And so for us was a big growth year. And so we saw that we started building more operations, building more tech, doing more things that can help our originators get out of the loans and continue focusing forward. And so for me, my goal was building tech for Edge, but also building things for our team and then Shelby and I's business too.
What do you feel like, if you're an LO, I mean, there's many different LOs listening to this.
Absolutely.
And the one thing I always want them to do is listen and be able to get some tactics. Yes. And you did a lot of right in 2025. You made the decision to come back. You had to go through all of that stuff, which is never easy. That's a transitional period, no matter what. Absolutely. No matter how good you are, you still got a transitional period.
Yes.
And definitely. You get through all that. What are like 3 or 4 things that helped you win in 2025 that no matter the level of LO that I am listening today, that they could go do and that would help them?
Number one is community. No doubt. Faith
Yeah.
and community. And that is, you have to surround yourself with the people who can continue to make you better and push you to be better every day. And Shelby and I have that. We have our team, and we also have our, our very good friends, Major Singleton, Tom Hollis. Like that group is there. That's family to us. Right.
That's
And
iron
so
sharpening iron right there.
it is. And Major's my accountability partner, has been for years. And I was actually in the hospital a couple months last year, or
Oh my
a
God.
couple months ago last year. I was in the hospital. It was a freak thing. And 9:30 at night, I look up, and when I actually got my eyesight back, and Major's standing right there, right? That's community. Like that's family. And I don't like to use the word family too much in this business because it can change. But that's the family that I felt. Even when we left, it was still family. So that's number one. Number two is client retention. How often do you stay in front of those clients? And we talk about it a lot, but no one really implements it well. The ones that are at the top do, and the ones at the bottom don't. Because honestly, now we don't rely a whole lot on realtor partners. A lot of it, Shelby got her license in March last year.
Okay.
I think she closed 18 purchases in her first 9 months of originating, and which is fantastic. Wow. And I think 14 or 50 of them were all direct to consumer. So she was connecting them with an agent, or they had an agent, and they were coming to her for the mortgages across Virginia, Texas, and Florida. So that's where a lot of our business goes. So that's number two is.
We'll go back. Let's go back because they're going to ask this question.
Please bring it to me.
What are two things under client retention that you're doing that are working today that I could do? Because here's the thing I know, Hunter.
Yes.
Your client retention is not expensive. It just requires time and work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so what are you doing? Even if it's that basic, tell me what you're doing so that the others hear this, so that they could. I beg people to do this, by the way. Surely beg, and I can't get them. I can't get them to do it. And here you are. You're like, look, I close 300 a day. I'm going to close 500, and this is our biggest pool. Like, tell me what it is. What do you do?
I mean, so I heard this quote, and I spoke about it at Fuse. I heard this quote. It's, how do you spell the word love? And instead of spelling it LOVE, it's TIME.
EIME.
Time. That's it. And coach, there's a guy, his name's Coach Sepp. He's a coach of the University of Florida. He said it. And that stuck with me. And the reason is we spend so much time with them, both when they close and after they close, that they do not leave us. We are experts in all fields. And that is the number. Everyone's like, oh, the CRM, oh, this, that, and I'm like, that's great. Like, I'm a tech nerd and I'm an analytics freak. But at the end of the day, if you didn't spend time with that client and they didn't feel the love that you wanted to portray to them, they're just a number and you're just a number. That is, if I had to take, I don't even need two. That is the only thing.
That is it.
Yep.
Rebecca asked, what's the size of your team today, Hunter?
So we have 3 ops gals, and then we have 12 LOs now.
Okay. Wow. You're growing.
We are growing. Yes. So we actually cut back some, I like to use like from a muscle perspective, like cut some fat from the team.
Yeah.
We're growing in a healthy manner. And so we'll have 4 originators that will, actually 5 originators that will do double X this year than what they did last year. And last year was double X they did the year before. And so that's
helping them grow.
Absolutely. I didn't have that when I came to the wholesale channel, and I didn't have operations. I knew operations, but I didn't understand it. And I didn't have someone who was really pushing me and giving me different viewpoints on things. And so my team, they know I am your first line of defense. And if I don't know the answer, I will get you to someone who can. For example, Hallie Chapman, hands down, one of my favorite people on the planet. The girl crushes it. And I can.
Now, she makes it easy for you and hard on us. You realize this, right?
I know she does, but that's a good thing because you got loan.
And we love her for it.
She's fantastic. And shout out to her. But like, that's, again, it goes back to the community aspect. You build a community around you. Things like this with you, Hallie Chapman, like there are so many amazing people who are willing to make the investment. It's just finding those and who are willing to, like you said, fill your cup.
Yeah, man, I think I just love it. Every time I do these coaching with Chris, I learn something. Today, I learned how to spell love differently,
Me too.
and I'm taking it, man. I just love it. I love it. So you're working community. You're doing the client retention. I know you. I thought you said you had a couple more, but if you don't, you've given us all the nuggets we need. We can end the call and be saying, "Yeah, I got to go do it." But is
Totally.
there anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just adding value, really. So one of the things that it's kind of the hot topic that everybody asks about is Realtor Buddy 2.0. It's an AI bot that I built out, and we have over 6,000 real estate agents using it active. I've only had 2.0 active since June of last year. And so that is, I think a lot of loan officers really miss it's the low rates, the fast closings, yada, yada, yada. And the majority of loan officers can sell that. But at the end of the day, do you sell value or do you bring value? And
Mhm.
so I built Realtor Buddy, and all of our Edge LOs now give it out across the country because it's taking one step off of a realtor's plate of AI and trying to understand AI. And it makes it very simple for them to use, but it's incredibly effective for their business. And so finding ways to bring value to the business can create relationships. It doesn't just have to be transactional.
So if I'm a loan officer and I don't work for Edge and I want to buy Realtor Buddy from you, can I?
No, because it's free. So free. Yep. I give it out for free. And so it's
This guys, is this amazing or what? Like
so
no one says this but Hunter.
no, it is. I don't sell it. My intent isn't to make, I believe when you invest in the community, it always gives back tenfold. And that is how Shelby and I have built our business. And
Yeah.
so if we continue to do that, the reputation, the trust, the growth continues to build. And I would rather have that than make an extra dime off of somebody. And so that is, if anybody wants it, reach out. I will send you Realtor Buddy, and then you can share it with your agents and understand their value proposition, because we have some really cool things that are coming very soon. I'm excited about with it.
Let's talk about social media. You
Please.
said you really learned it.
Yeah,
And are you getting deals from it?
absolutely. We close 3 to 5 a month from social media.
Really good.
It is.
A really good.
We don't spend money on ads. I think a lot of people
Okay.
say you can.
Yep.
I'm not going to dog anybody who does, but I think again it goes back to the transactional point. So I'll tell you this: one of my top real estate partners, she literally thought we went to high school together, and so I'd added her on Facebook years ago, and we grew up in the same
Funny
area.
thing is she's 53.
She's actually she's 10 years older than I am, so she was laughing when she found out. Yeah, so she was genuinely laughing when she found out like how young I was in comparison. And so that's like our funny story together. But she saw like the connection and the care that we felt through social media. And I don't post 10 times a week. What we do post is things that are very effective to the bit. Like, what are we experiencing that we're realizing consumers are feeling on the back end? How do we communicate that to them? And so
you're finding problems and you're posting how you're solving them.
Bingo. That's it. 100%. And those are things that we're doing to think outside of the box, right? And so we have real estate agents like literally flooding the inbox because they're like, how did you do this when the loan officer I've been working with for 15 years has never done that? And that's exactly how the relationship starts. It's them reaching out to us. I think I could count on one hand how many times I've actually reached out to a real estate agent for business purposes on Facebook or Instagram. We just don't. It's been a very, what's the best? I'm trying to figure out the word I want to use here, but everything that they see is this, like I said, it kind of goes back to that love factor. They see how much time we're spending in things and giving different perspectives.
But isn't it true? Like most realtors, like, hey, maybe you should check out Hunter, or maybe you should think about using Hunter. And then they go look up Hunter. And here you have all this social media and you have this proof of brand. You have evidence of success. You have problem solving tactics. And you're like, yeah, that's who I want to work with.
It honestly, I hate to say it, but it really is the truth. And it's humbling sometimes. We have an agent, long story short, Shelby and I actually put an offer on a house a couple of weeks ago. And
you guys did?
We did. We lost out.
Okay.
We lost out. It was okay, which is crazy. We were one of many offers. And but the listing agent, we built a really strong relationship with him. And I'm not joking. We have 4 deals with him active in the last couple of weeks. We'd never met before. And
It just came from the offer.
it is. I'm like, should we start putting offers in on houses like to build relationships with people? Because I mean, and I think there's only one client under $1 million in that book that he sent us. And I'm going, this is crazy. But he's like, Hunter and Shelby, like, we got lunch a week. He invited us to lunch a week or two later. And he said, I have a loan officer I've been working with for 12 years. The relationships kind of started to change a little bit. And we had dinner with him on Friday, lunch with him on Friday. And he was like, I have never experienced the level of service from the lending side before that you guys have given me with these clients. And you've treated the $1.5 million client to the $350,000 client the exact same, no different. And that's what we want to portray as our team.
I love that. Hey, we got a question here. First steps to remove LOs from the loan process and more forward facing. I love this question, by the way.
I love this question too.
Yeah. Give us a couple tactics.
You need the right team. You need the right team. So I'll tell you this. We started out with Peyton. And Peyton was a UWM underwriter for 7 or 8 years. Girl's amazing. In fact, I thought UWM was going to kill me when we hired her. So stole her. And she was really the backbone of our team because she understood the underwriting background. So here's what I'll tell you. You need someone smarter than you, and you need to figure out what your problems are and have people that can fill that bucket. I am very good at loving on people and spending time with people. Where I struggle is getting things done super fast on the upfront side. Once it goes under contract, no issue. But the upfront side's not my strength. So we had Peyton. She grew it. Then we brought in Tony with Jessica Eddy, who's one of our other amazing law officers. We kind of partnered all together. Shelby, I, and Jessica all partnered together and to make sure we supported Tony. But Tony is light years ahead of everybody else, 20 years in the industry, and she does things faster than I can blink. I'm like, hey, did you do this? And she's like, it's been done for a day. And I'm like, oh my God. So what I'd tell you is, first off, you need to determine what your weaknesses are and figure out who can fill those holes from you. And I'll tell you, anybody with prior underwriting experience is a great start. Great start.
Yeah. That I have a motto, Hunter, that says you're either on a team or have a team. And, there's some that will go, and I'm like, look, trust me, if you want to do a lot of loans or learn how to do a lot of loans, this is what has to happen. And I know you don't want to pay for it. So you're going to share, or you're going to go underneath someone and they're going to pay for it, and you're going to pay them some basis points for it. In the end, you will win.
Absolutely.
Your rate of return will win. And I've just watched it year after year after year after year. And the ones that are on a team always win.
It is the truth. And I also think it pushes. I feel the pain like if my team isn't closing deals, then I feel like then their families aren't being taken care of. Like, I feel like that's a trickle down effect. And I do feel that. And I feel it for our ops girls, and I feel it for my LOs. If my LOs aren't closing loans, I'm like, what are you doing? And let's figure out a different fix, because I know it's hurting you and your family or your kids. And so I don't want you to go find another job. I've seen the blessings and the fruition of this industry. And if you do it, I wouldn't say do it the right way, but I'd say if you do things effectively, it can take care of you a long time. And so I totally agree with you. I wrote that quote down, Chris. So thanks for giving me a nugget today.
I mean, when you say you're trying to hire an LO, you're like, look, first of all, I just want to tell you, my motto is you're either on a team or have a team. So I thought I'd better tell you that first.
I'm gonna start that.
Yeah, you start it that way. I'm telling you, the brain goes, and then you get into some good stuff from there. Hey, what's 3 goals for you for 26?
Good question. 500 units as a team, because I think everybody's going to do it. 2 is our goal is 82% retention rates for refis of our clients. So
I love a goal of retention.
Goal of retention is really big. And then 3 is we want to get 10 more loan officers over from retail. So we want to get them on this side of the channel. We've got another team joining right now, so we're halfway towards that goal. But we want another 10 because, again, I've seen the benefits of this side. I think there are benefits to both sides, but I've seen how you can change lives on this side. Yeah. And we want to continue doing that.
I got my last question for you. I try to keep these around 30 minutes because we're loan officers and we have short attention spans.
Absolutely.
But and are you ready for this one? It's a good one.
I'm ready.
Okay. It seems like listening to you and getting to know you more is that Shelby's been the person behind the scenes that's guided you and given you a lot of advice. True?
Very true.
What advice is she going to be giving you this year to be able to win and accomplish these 3 big goals?
That is a very good question. Hang on. That's going to take me a quick
Hey,
second.
take a second here. Let's process this
So
out.
let's process it. I think
We should have just brought her on and had her tell you.
I think she needs to be on one of the next episodes. So
Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it.
she, what I'd say is, what I think I break it down, and she would say God, family, business. And if you can keep those things in first and you continue pushing those aspects of your life first, you'll see the fruition of it being paid off. And so I think that's all she would say is just those 3 things. And because, faith is a big part of our business and on how we continue to hold our morality. And then we always take care of our family and it's spending time. We have 2 young girls, 3 and 18 months. So that's another big shift. Right. And then the third one is then you feel the benefits of business when those first 2 things are being taken care of. And so I tell you, I think that's what she told me and continues. Well, she tells me that every day. So I can tell that's what she reminds me to keep focused on.
Yeah, Hunter, I'm just proud of you. I'm proud of what you've built. I'm proud of what you continue to build. I'm proud that you're just bulldozing forward. You've built a cool AI bot. By the way, if you want to reach out to him, it's easy to find him. He's on all the socials. You could send him a message if you had that or had questions. Like, you're the reason why I love talking to loan officers across the country. Finding someone like you that is just doing these cool things. Who wouldn't want to work for you? Who wouldn't want to work for you? And that's why you're going to get to 500, no doubt. No doubt you're going to get to 5. You're going to recruit your 10. And I just love it that you and your wife, my kids work in the business with me. And so having family and working with family is not always easy, but it is definitely lots of blessings. I'm just super proud of you, Hunter, for what you've done. I'm going to tell you something. I got to find you a couple deals. I'm going to hire you to speak a couple times. I'm already manifesting that out to make sure this happens. I've got a couple ideas for you, so I'll be reaching out because I think more people need to hear from Hunter. Thank you for being on Coaching with Chris today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for what Windsor's continue to do for us and continue to make things better. We really do appreciate you guys on this side of the channel. So,
all right, Hunter, we're getting to 500 together, no matter what. So let's do it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Hunter, for being on Coaching with Chris.
Thank you, sir.